Hello, welcome to week 7 of Press Play on your podcast launch. We are down to the final 2 weeks, which is crazy. It's super exciting. This video this week will actually, I think it will be fairly short. I don't expect it to be very long anyway, but I really just want to go over some really good launch practices, some launch ideas. As you are getting close to launching your podcast, you should be getting close, depending on where you are with your, your trailer and episodes recorded. Obviously, a lot of those initial pieces, like your cover art, your show description, intro and outro, all of those things should be done. So really just want to go over sharing about your show, wherever you choose to share, whether that's on social media, um, with your email list, in person, if you have like a private group or community. There's a lot of things you can do. So I'm going to go over some of that here on this video. And yeah, we just have this week and then I have one more video I'll share with you next week about um, like repurposing content from your podcast. There's a lot you can do with one podcast episode. So yeah, so I'm excited to do that. So that will be the final video next week. But yeah, for this week, I'm just looking at my notes. I just want to share kind of some ideas as you are, just to kind of like build some excitement and momentum around your show. Some people they're like, I found some clients, they get kind of nervous about doing that, but I'm like, no, you want to share about it? Like they're excited, but they're still nervous too. So wherever you fall in there, I definitely still recommend you sharing somewhere wherever you feel comfortable, wherever your community is, where people like your people hang out and where you think like they will actually see like, oh yeah, hey, I do want to go check out so and so's podcast. So the first thing I recommend is definitely sharing your trailer, which again, it's like episode 0. You should have that done. And like I said, I do recommend having that done. Like I shared about on last week's episode, or last week's, I always say it every single time I say episode because podcasts are on my brain. In last week's video training, you have to have your trailer to be able to, you have to have some kind of episode to be able to submit to Apple. So once your show has been, hopefully your show has been accepted. Again, once your show is accepted on all of the platforms, especially Apple and Spotify, because those are the two big players when it comes to the podcast players. Definitely you can share about it. I know I had shared the pod link with you last week. So once your show is actually live on those platforms, and if for some reason it's not, definitely let me know. But you definitely share your pod link on social media, in your email list. Like I said, if you have any kind of like private community, Facebook group, if you have like a membership, anything like that, anywhere where you can like share that link is great because again, it gives people like the different options, all of the different places where they can listen instead of like just sharing Apple or just sharing Spotify or iHeartRadio or whatever. So hopefully your show, like I said, you don't have any issues submitting it or anything. And like I said, once it is live, definitely go ahead and share about that. Be like, hey, yeah, you can go check out the trailer on your favorite platform, and definitely still you can definitely still share like the Apple link, the Spotify link, places as well. Just most of the time, I would recommend sharing the pod link, just again because does give people different options. Because like I said, everyone listens, in different places. So just something to keep in mind there. So definitely share your pod link, share that the trailer is live. Um, you can share a link to the trailer specifically on like your social media, like your Instagram stories, again, in your email list, if you're depending on how often you're sending your emails out. Um, Definitely, like I said, those are all great ideas. You really just want to get people, you just want to make them aware of that. So again, however often you show up and like to share, that's going to be unique to you, but people definitely do need to be reminded of things. So definitely make sure you're showing up often, for sure 1 to 2 weeks before your show is live, at least for sure that like final week before your show is live, because again, your show should be submitted, your trailer should be live, all of that. So people can actually go check it out. They can, if they're on Apple, they can go follow there. And if you get the verbiage, if you get it, a little messed up or confused, it's totally fine. People do that all the time. But if someone's listening on Apple, they can follow your show. Or if they're listening on Spotify or any of the other players, they subscribe to it. So you can be like, hey, make sure you follow on Apple, subscribe on Spotify, or again, subscribe wherever you're listening. Another great thing is to make sure you're, like I said, including the link straight to their show, which, like I said, Podlink is great to do. If you have any of your like episode graphics, like social media graphics or social media story graphics or Instagram story graphics, any of those are great. You can share, and again, you can include a link to the show specifically, or you can include, like I said, to the trailer. Um, you can do like countdown stickers on your stories. If you want to update any of your like bios, like on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere, saying the name of like host of the, whatever your podcast name is. definitely something to just keep in mind. You just want to share about it in multiple places. Again, that makes sense for you and feels, comfortable and authentic to you and where your people are actually like hanging out and will see it. Um, you can definitely share with like other people, maybe people in your community who they were like, hey, my good friend so and so is releasing her podcast like right now, coming up or whatever. So like other people, they can get involved as well. Some people will do like a launch team type thing. I haven't had any clients in particular yet who have really wanted to do that. They've usually, again, just like shared on their stories. They'll like ask for feedback on, even though you already have like your trailer and your first 3 episodes done, you can always ask and like your cover art's done. That's something I encourage my any of the ladies I've worked with. I'm like, hey, you can definitely like share if you're like, even if you do already have your cover art chosen, which obviously you do by now. But like when you're earlier on, and if you're like just something to like give your audience something to vote on because people do love giving their opinions and voting on things like that. I know I do. I know a lot of people do. So just something to get them involved. So like I said, whether it's like, and you can ask them for like episode topics for like, episodes 4 and beyond. Even if you already have a good list, which again, I do recommend doing that. But again, just different ways to get people involved and like, hey, like they feel like they're a part of things. And again, they are like seeing that your show is coming to life and they're excited about it. Again, like I said, it will give them the opportunity to go follow and listen wherever they do listen. So really just building buzz and excitement around your show, if that makes sense. So yeah, like I said, a launch team, that's kind of a whole other thing. So um, you can definitely do that. It just kind of depends on, like I said, where you are, what your community is like, and all of that. Definitely encouraging people to, when they do, whether they're following or subscribing, wherever they're listening, to leave ratings and reviews. Again, that's always helpful, especially on launch day. And really within that first week, it's really important to try to have people do that. Like I said, definitely reminding people to do that. Again, it's totally free too. This isn't something, people are paying for. I don't know, that's if that's helpful, but that's something I like to like remind my clients of. I'm like, hey, it doesn't cost anything. It does take some time, of course, but it really does not take hardly any time to leave a 5-star rating and review, especially on Apple. The other places you can just do a rating, where Apple is where you can actually get the review, where you can like leave the reviews. So just some different options there. A giveaway is another idea. If there's something that you really want, especially if you have like a community, um, a private group, or like say if you want to do it on your social media or with your email list, just something that would make sense, like, hey, for your, what you think, like what you would enjoy giving away and what they would enjoy receiving. So just something to think about, just giving them, obviously letting them know how to enter, what the specific prize would be, how many winners, if there's just going to be one or two. And I would keep that open at least a week past once your show is live. So keep it open for anywhere from like 1 to 2 weeks, maybe, just to give people time to be able to find your show, listen, leave a rating and review. And again, just again, build up the excitement and momentum around that. So yeah, definitely. And again, sharing in multiple places, like I said, just wherever your people hang out. Um, but yeah, that's something that would be exciting. And like I said, whatever the, specifics of the giveaway you want to do, or again, whatever makes sense for you. But again, like I said, just encouraging them to, like I said, go and follow and subscribe to the show. Actually, like I said, leave a rating and review, taking screenshots, sharing on their stories, tagging you, sending to other people. Again, whatever you want to do around that if you want to do a giveaway. So something fun to do. Again, none of this like is anything you have to do. There are just some like ideas to actually, like I said, promote your show and share excitement, like I said, build buzz and um, create some buzz and build momentum around it if that makes sense. So honestly, that is pretty much it. Like I said, there's some different options there. Like I said, make sure there are no issues with your show being submitted, make sure it is live. On the platforms, definitely check Apple and Spotify. And a lot of those you should have been able to, like I went over in the last video, should have been able to do, like I said, from the back end of your host platform, whether it's Buzzsprout or Captivate. Um, and then, like I said, make sure your trailer is live. So, like I said, you can actually share that. If you want to share like a little clip, like a little, if you want to pull a little snippet, like an audio clip from your episode, you can always share that, like I said, on your story, or even like an email for people to like click and listen to. There's a lot to do, but like I said, definitely just building excitement around your show and just sharing it, like I said, wherever, again, you hang out and your people hang out, just encouraging people to go and find it. Like I said, it's a really good thing when they actually like follow and subscribe to the show once it's added to their library. Some people don't realize that. Most people who are like avid podcast listeners do, but some people don't. Like if they're not actually like, again, following the show in Apple or subscribing to it in one of the other players, like it won't automatically upload your new episodes when you are releasing them. So make sure and let people know, like, hey, make sure you are following and subscribing so you'll never like miss out on a new episode. And of course, you don't want to miss out like on the day your show goes live. Um, and yeah, like I said, just if you want to do a giveaway, like I said, just wherever you are, if you do want to build like a launch team, whatever makes the most sense for you. I do think a giveaway is kind of a fun thing, depending on the timing you have between like when you're doing this and when your show is going out. Obviously, want to give yourself a little bit of time and have it open. Past like your launch day, you don't want to like end it on your launch day. I would recommend having it go like at least a week or so after your show is launched. So yeah, that is really it. Like I said, people just need to be reminded, but obviously launching your podcast is a huge thing. Oh, something else, and like I said, collaborating with other people. You can always do obviously guesting on other podcasts is a great thing. Like I said, just depending on where you are. Obviously you should be close to launching your show, but definitely you can still like be if guesting on podcast is your thing, something you want to pursue, that could be a good thing, a good idea to do that, especially as your show is launched and you want more people to, learn about it and get more eyes and ears on it. Instagram lives, Facebook lives. Again, there's a lot of things you can do with it. So that is it for this week, I believe. If you have any questions about like best practices around that, or if like you have a specific giveaway you want to do that, you wonder if it's a good idea, definitely drop your ideas, questions, anything in the Facebook group. I'm happy to answer and give feedback on. But yeah, like I said, you should be so proud of yourself at this point anyway, since you are so close to launching your show. And now it's just really like making sure everything like on the back end is good. Like I said, finalizing those pieces, all those elements for your first 3 episodes. And again, just like I said, making sure your show is actually launched and or is live on the platforms for when your actual launch date is. Again, depending on when you set that, that all 3 of your episodes will be live on that date. So yeah, I'm super excited for you. I'm so proud of you. And like I said, if you have any questions regarding any remaining things surrounding your launch, definitely drop those in the Facebook group. I'll be checking in with you very soon. And then, like I said, next week's final video will be repurposing content from your podcast. Because like I said, there's a lot you can pull from just one podcast episode where it's like you're not just showing up week after week or every couple weeks to share one of your podcast episodes and like it just ends there. Like you can definitely do so much more with it outside of your podcast. And I love that's something I help my clients with. And I love like, helping them give them ideas for what they can do with that. So that's something I think a lot of people kind of get stuck in sometimes. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to be showing up in all the places. But anyway, that's something that we'll be diving into next week. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, like always, feel free to post them in the group and I will check in with you soon and just see where you are with things. And I'm just so excited and proud of you. I will talk to you soon.